on this side. And kind of the same thing, we're gonna make sure she's good and clean. We've already alcoholed it and cleaned it. So now you're a pro, you should be telling me how to do this right now. So alcohol, soap. And actually this side usually you get less debris because the tank's leaning that way. Everything kind of wants to flow into this groove, where that side, everything wants to flow out from under. So just always be aware of that. So again, we're over here, we're gonna wet the kit. I'm washing the top of the kit with my hand. Lift it carefully. You don't ever wanna lift a part that might tear the film. Again, here's our piece. Super wet, is this super wet? Again, we're doing this here at a dealer environment. Some motorcycles coming by today. You don't have to have necessarily a paint booth. So what I'm doing here is, again, we're just looking for my squeegee. I put a little alcohol on this side of the fuel tank. That's where we're gonna stretch from this time. So we're just locking this down a little bit right here. So that's the anchor spot. Again, make everything good and soapy. Hit it one last time underneath. Come down here to alcohol this little curve spot, making sure that's good and alcoholed up. Now I'm just gonna stretch it down. Around, kind of over that corner. I can already tell there's not enough alcohol. It's wanting to slip back on me. And it's not that you're getting alcohol up here, you just want that spot on the corner good and alcoholed. Okay, there we go. And as you press it down, it stays, okay? Again, get the alcohol away from there so that it's not trapping anything. Now we're gonna get this piece over to under the seat area. Stretching it over there. Again, fingers are soapy. Hopefully I'm not totally blocking your view of everything, but so there we go. We locked this, chased our alcohol away, locked that. This whole curve, we want to make sure everything is off of here, nothing's trapped. That's all good. Now we're gonna come back up here, soap everything good, lift our old anchor spot. It's getting washed up. Re-alcohol that, just a little. You don't want alcohol running all the way under this film. And then with our hand in here, not up here, kind of lifting it, positioning it exactly where we want it. There we go. Now that's re-locked down exactly where we want it to be. And go ahead and go around the corner. So this I'm going to put a little alcohol because we're just going to stretch it a little so that it goes perfectly around that hole, the fuel fill hole. And then we're going to do it again on the inside. And I stretch this to here. And I'm going to stretch it back inward. What that's doing when it stretches is eliminating these fingers that kind of happen on the curve out here. It's like trying to wrap a bowling ball. And there we go. So that's all done up top. I'm going to go ahead and hit this with a little more soap underneath also. Okay, get out the big bubbles kind of. So now again, we can either start here or here. We're wanting to come. I got one little bubble up there. So right there is a little spot where the alcohol had slipped down and trapped a little, oh wait, it's a little piece of fuzz, I see. Yeah, so there's a little piece of fuzz that had gotten under there. So again, we want to wash that, make sure that it's totally gone, that it's not hiding somewhere else in here. It might be right there. There it is. Again, when this is soapy, you can feel if things are, see that thing just keeps hiding, it's running under the film, so it's right here. Since I lifted that, yeah. So now that I had to lift that to get there, I lifted into the alcohol, which is, when you lift into alcohol, you will get a lift line. So literally, I am going to re-lift that because I don't want a lift line. What happens, that adhesive, when it locks down and you lift into it, you'll get a line wherever you lift it to in the alcohol. We're just gonna soap everything back up. A little alcohol again. And kind of redo that little step I did right there. So again, we're just gonna so I hope you can see, you know, the stuff is very workable, especially if you don't use the alcohol much. Alcohol is what really can screw up if you use a lot of it. Use it just where you need it. So again, I'm just gonna put it right on that tip again, where we're anchoring it down. There we go. Okay. So once again, we're gonna put a little alcohol there. Stretch this back. Here, stretch it in. That all looks good. Now it's a matter of getting this center, which is all pretty soapy. So now starting in the anchor, or down here, we can come up. A little air pocket there. So I'm just gonna make sure we got some soap. Okay, so now, all we're going to do is kind of run from anchor to anchor, making sure this line is good down the side of the console. And when we get close to meeting, I'm just lightly pushing it over and lightly pushing out. And now I can hit it pretty good. a matter of kind of getting this whole side again out. So we're gonna start giving a little tight tug here to get these bubbles to come my way. Again, there should all be soap underneath. So if you have to lift this, you can. See a little something right there, just wash it out. Again with soap. There we go. Then this final ear, we're going to want everything kind of go this way. So we take our alcohol, and just a little bit on the edges so that it grabs when we pull it down. And this one, we actually don't have much finger action like we did over there, so just going to start here. And kind of just pushing everything out to this little tip right here. Put a little alcohol under there. And there we go. I'll hit just one last time with soap so we can kind of look at everything, make sure nothing's up under there. Because right now it's an easy time to lift it, get dust out, hairs out, bubbles out. Again, if you got anything that's in the alcohol, it's a good example up here. It says we took that little piece of fuzz out, but we had to lift all that alcohol back up. So if you do get into the alcohol, then it's fine. Lift it all up, soap it, and kind of start the process over again. And that's pretty much it. Now again, using a dry towel, don't push up against an edge, come away from the edges. Pushing down any fingers you might have. We're gonna use a little heat gun on those just to lay those down, make sure everything's locked down. Any fogging you get is gonna disappear. That, my friends, is a protected fuel tank, CruzArmor.